Okay, so today's day 12. I've come back. Today was enema day. Oh, joy of joys. So I had to be upstairs at 8 a.m. with no breakfast. And I've currently still got the oil in my hair. I haven't had a shower yet or anything like that. And I'm in my hospital gown that they dress you in once you've had your treatments. And yes, so I had to be up there. It was actually not as bad as I thought. So it was all right. It's obviously not fun having people stick things in nether regions. And it was oil. So, but I kind of got used to it the last 3 days because I've been having mini enemas in the last 3 days. And I probably haven't spoken about that either. So the last 3 days I've had all kinds of different things: full body massages, oil massages, oil baths. So the oil baths I started getting like a bit rashy, so they've stopped that, and I've been having buttermilk baths. And at the end, I also had another one put on my stomach because for whatever reason I'm not going to the loo. Maybe it's all the rice I'm eating, I don't know. Because I'm not eating lots of things apart from rice, steamed veggies, and I had some fruit yesterday. Even stopped having the coffee that I was allowed to have because it was keeping me up at night. So really down to the bland stuff. No spices, no oils, no kind of anything. Probably a good thing, really. I needed to clean out. But yeah, I had a full body massage. I had one of my normal girls, Avita Priya. She had a little 3-year-old boy with her, he was so divine. He wasn't in the room, obviously, but someone was taking care of him. And a different lady today. They have looks like every kind of two, you have an older lady and a younger lady. And the older lady today was really strong on the fingers, which was great because I like a really strong massage. And she did kind of like a different blessing at the start, because they all do a blessing at the start where they put, they chant things, they kind of pray to Shiva, and then they put some oil on your head and kind of chant with that, and it's really quite sweet, quite beautiful. And then I had the full body massage, and then I had a face massage, and then I had the steam room again. So this steam room was different. This is like a dedicated steam room, and beautiful view overlooking the ocean, and so it was quite beautiful. But it is a box that's got a front door and a lid, so you actually go and sit in it. It's almost like a throne with like a pressure cooker that's got, where the heat's coming through with valves and things like that. And you sit in there, they've covered it with cushions and things like that. And then they shut the doors and wrap towels so the steam can't get out around where your head is coming out. So you're literally sitting in, I feel it was almost like I'm in some medieval torture chamber, except it wasn't torture. I actually quite liked the steam bath. So that was really kind of cool. And looking out was beautiful and relaxing, and I was only in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then then it was D-Day. So the doctor comes in and she administers, the oil. It's an oil enema too, it's not like a normal enema. And then you go to the loo. And I've got to say, one of the things I like about India, and I don't know if it's just because it's here or if this is an Indian thing, is they've got like nozzles beside the toilets where you can wash yourself. And I actually prefer that. I think I prefer that to the bidet too. Not that we have either of those in Australia, but I actually like it. I like being able to wash. So that's just a side note. So then, I kept thinking I was done, and they kept looking at me like, "Are you sure, madam? Are you sure? Are you sure you're done?" And then it was like, actually, no, I'm not. So I'd have to keep running back to the toilet. Eventually I made it out of there and into the yoga room, which is upstairs. There's a couple of yoga rooms, but this one's upstairs near where the doctors and all the treatment rooms are. And what happened in there? Yes, and then you have breakfast, and it's a rice gruel. So on purgation day and this day, you actually it's just like brown rice in, I think even maybe the water they've cooked it in, and you're given a big drink of, I think, the water that rice is cooked in. I don't know if it's the carbs or the starches or what it is that they think you need, with lots of salt in it. And this, they call it a ginger chutney, and it was liquidy today, but they have it up in the dining room, and it's so yummy. But it comes more like a solid ball that you just break with the spoon, bits off that you want. Like you just take a chunk and put it on your plate, and you have it with rice and things like that. So still kind of bland stuff, which is good. I need it. So you really on my diet here, and I have cheated a few times. I was having coffee. I've stopped. Well, they had a special coffee they have here. It's a really spicy coffee, and I've stopped having that because I keep waking up at night. They don't have decaf, so I'm just going to grin and bear it. I've stopped having the masala because no lactose. So I'm not supposed to be having lactose or oil or spicy foods or, gluten or anything like that. So I've stopped having all of that. I'm going to try and stop having all of that for the next 10 days that I'm here. I think I'm here for 10, or maybe I've got 9 days left, something like that. But yeah, so, and then, I don't want to leave my room too much probably for most of today, maybe till after lunch, because I don't want to go too far. And, even though loos are relatively close by, they're not very close by. So sometimes it's a very weird walk with very clenched cheeks. So luckily I've made it each time. So that's my day-to-day. I'm just going to kind of potter around, and I'm enrolled in a couple of courses, so I'm just going to kind of do them and just be lazy. All right, that's it for day 12. Oh, I haven't spoken about the days before, I don't think, unless I did it in another video. But the last few days has been more really of the same. So more of full body massage, that's every single day. The beautiful thing across your head with the string where it just moves across your head, and I always fall asleep during that. You just go off into another world. It's a wonderful feeling. They put during that thing going across my head, I'll find out what the name of it is. I really should be saying it, but they say it so fast I can't get my kind of what. They did do another kind of oil thing on my stomach where it's like they've got palm leaves or something like that they put into this big circle and then fill it up with gauze and then pour oil on it. So it's like a medicated oil, and I think that's to draw out what's going on in your stomach. And then I was having oil baths, which was beautiful, but my skin started getting on my legs started getting a bit kind of rough and almost rashy. So they've stopped that, and yesterday it was a medicated buttermilk bath, and that was really beautiful. And they just literally heat it, and you lie on that bed and they just pour. They spend like 20 minutes, 30 minutes just pouring. You lie on your back and they're pouring it all over your body in like synchronized. And then you lie on one side and they do that there, then the other side, and then you lie on your front and they just keep pouring this beautiful, warm, medicated, whatever it is, whether it be milk, whether it be rice water, whether it be oil. It depends what's going on for you to what they choose. And then at the end of the last 3 days especially, I've had it like what they call a mini oil enema. So they just, so you kind of waddle back to your room with very clenched cheeks again, hoping none of it escapes, but some of it sometimes does. All the way back, and then you kind of lie down waiting for it to kind of move around in your tummy a bit. But that's it. So, and it's another beautiful day in paradise. The sky is not blue because it's got a little bit of cloud cover, just so it's not a vibrant blue like we're used to here in Australia. But seriously, the weather has been amazing. Last night while I was having dinner was the first time, apart from the day that I arrived when it was raining, last night was the first time we'd had rain while I was awake. So it's just been divine, like truly divine. So incredibly lucky, incredibly blessed, because it is monsoon and it should be raining heavily. Apparently it is further down in Kerala, but here it hasn't been, so just amazing. Anyway, I think this video is getting quite long, so that's enough for today, and I'm sure I'll do another one shortly. Okay.